No, sometimes it's like that. We didn't play our best match, but at the end, we fight till the end of the match, and we score this goal maybe, and I hope so. It gives us confidence for the next matches. So this is what I hope. This is what I hope.
With the clock ticking down and the score still level in the Catalan derby, Barcelona looked destined to drop 2 precious points ahead of their visit to the Bernabeu. Hansi Flick, already without Lewandowski, Rafinha and Ferran Torres, had placed his faith in young Toni Fernandes as a false 9, but the breakthrough came from the unlikeliest of sources, Ronald Araujo, as a makeshift striker in the final minutes. In this video, we'll not only talk about Barcelona's unforgettable victory, but also show Hansi Flick's unexpected reaction, analyze his controversial red card, which will see him miss the El Clasico against Real Madrid, and revisit referee Gil Manzano's troubled history with Barca. So drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and stick with us, because today's video is unmissable. Ronald Araujo, 26, is going through a difficult spell. Despite being rested by Bielsa during the international break, the Uruguayan once again started on the bench. Flick opted for Eric Garcia and Cubarsí at the heart of the defense, leaving Araujo to watch from the sidelines, a tough pill to swallow after getting no minutes against PSG and being subbed off at halftime versus Sevilla. Late in the match, with the score at 1-1 and time running out, Flick decided to roll the dice. He pushed Araujo forward to take advantage of his aerial power, something the defender had already shown this season with a headed goal in Oviedo. The plan was simple: exploit the flanks, deliver crosses, and let 2 physical beasts, Rashford and Araujo, attack them. Barca didn't create many of those chances, but in the 93rd minute, Araujo justified Flick's bold gamble, converting a De Jong cross with the instinct of a pure striker to secure all 3 points in a 2-1 victory. It was really important to get the 3 points before the decisive game we have this week in La Liga, El Clasico against Real Madrid. It was a tough match. Girona played really well and created a lot of chances, but what matters is that we showed fight and character until the end. We were coming off 2 painful defeats, but with hard work and determination, we knew we could win today. Now, with the Champions League also coming up, it's key to go into the week with confidence, Araujo told DAZN. Flick's choice to use Araujo as a number 9 surprised everyone, but back in Uruguay, during his youth days, he actually played as a centre forward. That was something Barcelona already knew when Ramon Planes brought him in from Boston River. Coincidentally, Planes was also the man who signed Pedri, another hero of the day. What stood out most, though, was Araujo's confidence after such a rough period. Before coming on, he reportedly told Flick that if he was sent up front, he'd score, and he kept his promise. When asked about it after the match, Araujo laughed and hinted, "Did Barca just discover a new striker?" Let us know what you think in the comments. Everyone knows I used to play as a striker. I think if I played there more often, I'd score a lot more goals. Laughs. When the coach asked me, I didn't hesitate to say yes. As I was getting ready, I told everyone, if I come on, I'll score. And they all laughed when it actually happened. I work hard for this team, and I'm just happy to help, said Araujo. The Barca players laughed after the final whistle, thinking Araujo's promise was just a joke. But he proved them wrong, showing heart and keeping his word, bringing back joy to a team that badly needed it before El Clasico. That smile meant relief. Earlier in the match, Pedri had opened the scoring in the 12th minute with a touch of pure class. The move started with Koundé, passed through the magical feet of Lamine Yamal, who looked inspired, perhaps because Nicky Nicole was in the stands watching the love of her life in action, and ended with Pedri calmly finishing inside the box. Still recovering from injury, Yamal grabbed another assist. Girona hit back quickly through Witsel, who scored with an acrobatic bicycle kick from a corner. Chances came at both ends. Szczęsny saved Barca twice, from Vanat and Portu, while Rashford hit the post for the Blaugrana. The second half was electric. Fermin replaced Toni Fernandes at the break and added an attacking spark. Lamine Yamal and Rashford kept testing Gazzaniga, while Cubarsí had a goal ruled out for a foul by Eric Garcia. When the final whistle blew and Araujo's goal sealed the win, Montjuic erupted. Those who know Araujo know this. He's focused, mentally tough, and all about the team. De Jong, often criticized recently, provided the decisive assist, while Araujo answered his critics and his recent benching with a Warriors performance. He fought, scored the winner, and silenced the doubts. In the end, the lesson for Flick is clear. Sometimes football demands more heart than spreadsheets. Now let's talk about the biggest controversy of the match, the second yellow card shown to HANSI Flick, which ultimately led to the German coach's dismissal. The referee's decision sparked huge debate, not only because of when it happened, but also because of how it was handled. Flick, who was already visibly tense on the touchline, reacted to a series of questionable calls and ended up being punished in what many considered an excessive manner. The scene left the coach furious and with a strong sense of injustice. Once again, Barcelona felt wronged, this time by Hansi Flick's red card. The German manager will not be on the sidelines for El Clasico. He was sent off after repeatedly protesting against the referee's decisions. Having already been booked earlier for sarcastically applauding an earlier call, Flick lost his patience when the referee added only 4 minutes of stoppage time despite numerous interruptions. The team felt there were solid grounds for 7 or 8 minutes. Flick's protests were justified, but the referee, clearly irritated, decided to show him a second yellow, sending him off to the stands. Flick's dismissal means he won't be on the bench for the upcoming clash between Barcelona and Real Madrid. He'll have to watch the game from the stands, a major blow for a Barcelona side already struggling with injuries and fitness issues. His experience and leadership will be sorely missed in El Clasico. With half an hour left on the clock, Flick substituted Lamine and Pedri to rest them, and Barca's intensity dropped. The chances to extend the lead faded, Girona grew stronger and ended the match with more control than expected. It was Araujo who secured the winning goal, but it was Flick's reaction afterward that caught everyone's attention. Overcome with emotion, the coach made an unexpected gesture, supposedly directed at the referee, the same official who had sent him off earlier and who seemed eager to end the game quickly, perhaps to avoid a Barca equalizer. However, Flick later clarified that his gesture was simply the result of football emotions and not directed at anyone. In the end, the plan didn't work out, and Flick, overwhelmed with joy and relief, let all his emotions pour out. The scene, which surprised both players and fans, quickly became one of the most talked about moments of the match on social media. The officiating controversy didn't stop there. A clear penalty on Marcus Rashford was also ignored.
No, it's like, for me, it's like, you know, Frankie was there and I said, okay, come on, Frankie, and maybe Frankie get a yellow card. But it was not an action for the referee. So, and the second one, I don't know exactly why. The celebration, well, I saw it right now. I didn't know that, okay, but at the end it was against no one. Maybe it was about our game, our performance we made. Okay, maybe like that we won this, and of course then I'm happy. I'm really happy, and I never go against anyone. So it's for me, it's football, it's emotion, and I also say nothing about the referee. Come on, it's his decision, and I have to accept it. I just what I can say. It was not against him. The clapping the hands. It was to give my team to push them, and maybe the yellow red card also helps them to get back in the match.
According to Racy One, Barcelona plan to appeal Flick's second yellow card. The club will submit a formal complaint to the competition committee, hoping to have the second booking overturned, which would allow Flick to return to the sidelines for next weekend's El Clasico. Barcelona believe Flick's reaction did not merit a second yellow and hope the disciplinary committee will consider the context before making a final decision. The club views this appeal as crucial, given the magnitude of the upcoming clash with Real Madrid, where Flick's absence could be deeply felt. While Flick watched the closing minutes against Girona from the stands, his potential suspension for El Clasico means his assistant Marcus Sorg would take charge on the bench, although it will be interesting to see whether Thiago Alcántara might also have a role on the touchline.
¿Y qué supone para usted perderse un partido como va a ser el Clásico en el Bernabéu? ¿Se le afecta mucho?
I don't think about this. You know, it's not good, because I normally want to be always available for the team, and I tried to say something to him, but no, he didn't spoke with me. So it's like that. It's okay, and he goes his way, and of course I accept it. He's the referee. It's the referee.
Curiously, the 2 yellow cards shown to Flick by Jesus Gil Manzano add to the referee's growing record of red cards against Barcelona. Gil Manzano has a long, intense history with the club. In 44 matches officiated, he has sent off 12 members of Barcelona, more than against any other team. Real Betis comes next with 7. Among the high-profile names he has expelled are Messi, Suarez, Neymar and Lewandowski, along with Dani Alves and Lenglet, both twice. Sergi Roberto, Piqué, and even goalkeeper Szczęsny have all seen red from Gil Manzano. The most recent name added to that list, HANSI Flick. With so many incidents, Gil Manzano has practically become a recurring character in Barcelona's refereeing controversies. HANSI Flick's expulsion simply doesn't make sense. At no point did his reaction justify a second yellow card. It seems clear that the referee let his emotions get the better of him, trying to assert his authority as if he needed to prove who was in charge. But football isn't about ego, it's about balance and common sense. In a match so intense and decisive, the referee should be the calmest person on the pitch, not the first to lose control. Barcelona's next game against Real Madrid is absolutely crucial. The team needs to be at 1000%. Flick has been working miracles, managing to recover players like Rafinha while dealing with a worrying list of absences. Joan Garcia is out, Lewandowski is still not at his best, and several others are returning from injury. That's why having Flick on the sidelines is essential. He's the voice that demands, organizes, and inspires his players when the pressure rises. His suspension couldn't have come at a worse time. Without their coach on the bench, Barca will be more vulnerable against a resurgent Real Madrid, powered by an informed Kylian Mbappé, scoring freely and hungry for revenge after 4 straight losses to the Catalans. The referee's decision is a harsh blow, and it's understandable that the club will appeal, not just for justice, but because of how vital this Clasico is for the season. So, what do you think? Was Flick's expulsion fair, or just another case of a referee overreaching to show authority?